G'day, welcome, konnichiwa, yokoso, from Luke from Overland Campers, Japan. In this video, I'm going to do a demonstration of our brand new Land Rover Defender 110 SE Pangea Green. Let's get into it. Great, so starting from the rear, open the rear trunk. Make sure you open it all the way in. The first thing you'll see is there's a kitchen unit and also an area for luggage. So we have 85 centimeters width, 80 centimeters deep, and 40 centimeters high. It's enough for 2 or 3 medium-sized suitcases. If there's only 2 of you, I highly recommend putting your luggage in the second row seats. Moving on to the kitchen unit. Either the Overland Campers staff will turn on the system for you, or you may need to turn it on. In that case, you simply push this button here to give power to the system. Moving on, there's a control deck here, which you simply need to turn on. And from here, you can put power to the fridge, power to the outside light, the roof tent, and the interior light. Here we have access to Japanese power and USB charging. Moving on to this area, there is a large pull-out fridge. You simply pull it out and it has 2 major sections. You can put about 40 litres worth of food and drink inside here. Next is our pull-out kitchen. There are 2 blue levers. You simply pull them down and the system will pull out. From there, there's also one more button here with a latch that you will push, which you can lift open, and this will then open. From here, you can see there is a gas cooker, there's a workspace area, and over here are your cups, bowls, and plates, cooking and eating tools, also salt, pepper, olive oil, and other kitchen utensils. To put it back, you simply fold it in on itself, pushing this one in, and slide it back in. Next, inside here we have a drawer. Push down the 2 blue levers and the whole drawer system will pull out. In here you will find that your camping chairs, camping lights, more pots and pans, a griddle, a toasted sandwich maker, and also in the winter months you'll find the controller for the electric blanket. To put it back, you simply push the levers and it pushes in on itself. Make sure you get it in nice and tight. Next, in this section here, you've got your camping table here, and these are your tent poles sitting on top. To put it back, you push it in, but sometimes it catches here. So you need to lift it a little bit to get it to go all the way in, nice and safe. Also, very importantly, in here you'll find the ladder and also a stool. For people that are a little bit shorter, the stool is going to be your best friend for using the roof tent. Also, you'll find that there is a big Bluetooth speaker, and in the rear here you'll find a fire pit. Now the campgrounds in Japan will sell you wood and or charcoal. For our custom-made fire pit in this car, it requires you to season it after use. So when you're finished, please give it a wash, use some of the olive oil and a paper towel, and remember to season it so it doesn't rust. Over here you'll find some mittens, some gloves, also some wet wipes and other handy tools for using with the campfire or while you're cleaning your goods. Moving on. Okay, moving around to the side of the Defender, we have a side storage box. Now, the car itself is a keyless car, but on the keys, you'll see one of the old style keys, and that's used to open this side box container. Simply put it in, open it up, and what you have here is a cleaning station. So there's all sorts of different detergents and scrubbers, things for cleaning. Also in here, you'll find tools for the fire pit. So there's an axe, there's fire lighters and fire starters. There's also some gloves for handling the wood, and there's also some garbage bags. This is mainly a cleaning station and also tools for managing the fire. To close, it's very simple. You don't need the key. Simply push it down until you hear click. Right, moving on to the front. Moving over to the front section of the vehicle, as mentioned, it's a keyless car and you just need these somewhere in the driver's section. The first thing you'll see is there's driving snacks and water for you to enjoy. To start the car, you simply put your foot on the brake, hit the start and stop button. It's an automatic vehicle, which means that there's an automatic gear shift. Push your button on the back, up for reverse, down for drive. There's no handbrake in the Land Rover, simply push the P for parking. The navigation system's in English, and we highly recommend that you get your phone and you can simply put it here and connect to the system via Bluetooth and use CarPlay. Alternatively, just put your phone here and use Google Maps. Google Maps is much more accurate than the inbuilt software. ETC is already installed inside the car, and that means on the highway and freeway, look out for English, ETC, and that's where you go. Then 1 or 2 days after you return from your journey, the computer will tell us where you went and the charges. We simply send that to you by email and ask for you to pay us back. The 110 Pangea Defender is a premium gasoline engine, and to refill the gasoline, let me show you how. Remember, before you come back in a nearby gas station, to refill the gasoline. To open, you simply push and it opens up. The Pangea Defender takes premium gasoline. In Japan, there's 3 different varieties: regular, diesel, and premium. We want the premium. In the majority of gas stations in Japan, a person will actually come and serve you. Just make sure that you open it for them and point out the correct gasoline type. Don't get it wrong. Great. Next, we're going to move on to the roof tent. The most important things for the roof tent are inside here. A stool, especially if you're under 175 centimeters, this is going to be a lifesaver. Then inside this bag is a big telescopic ladder. Firstly, take out the ladder from the bag. Please do not lose the bag. Put it somewhere safe. Then we move over to the driver's side of the car. Bring the stool and ladder over to the driver's side of the car and put them somewhere safe. Don't lean them against the car, it can scratch it. The first thing is we want to make sure that we have a clear, open space. No overhead obstructions. Open, clear air to the sky. No trees, no power lines, please. Next step, the stool. We start from the left side of the roof tent. You'll find a latch. You want to stand up and unhinge the latch. 1. Then the same on the other side. Unhinge the latch. Next, we want to move over to the ladder. Getting the ladder, extend the ladder as such, and just rest it underneath the handle there. Somewhere safe. Make sure that you've got a nice triangle design, not too close to the car and not too far away. From here, we just make sure it's able to stand. Going up here, the latches are undone, big open space, and simply push it open. You'll find a clip that you just simply need to undo, like such. Next, if you've got long arms, you can simply pull over the base frame. If you don't have long arms, there is a secondary unit which you need to extend and tighten. Then from here, we come back down. We've got our leveraging tool, and we'll take the ladder away and put it somewhere safe for now. Then using the leverage tool, simply pull down and over. Then replacing this to its original location. Next, we want to attach the ladder to the roof tent. I like to make the ladder smaller again. And then it is a little tricky. You need to lift it up, get it to line up perfectly, like such. And you want to get it to hook on both sides. It's a just fit. Then you'll be able to extend your ladder back down. And then something very important is usually the latch might be facing outside of the roof tent. We want to change that so that the latch is facing into the roof tent and that this is resting on this section here. Finally, safety, safety, safety. There's a latch here hook it over the ladder and its connector and connect it, please. It's there for your safety, like such. And there you have it. We've got the base done. From the trunk on top of the camping table is a bag here with tent poles. There's 6 tent poles, but I think you're just going to need to use 2. Please replace this inside the trunk so you don't lose them. Take your tent poles and go up the ladder. There's 2 sections. These will open the dry fly sheet on the roof tent. Simply put them into this section here and connect them into the eyelets. 1 and then 2 on the other side. From here, we get to move into the roof tent. So the first thing is the big futon bed. You want to flip it over and that creates the full space. So you have 200 centimeters north to south and 190 centimeters east to west. I'm 6'4", and in either configuration I can fit. Done. Done. So it's a perfect size for 4 small adults or 2 adults and 2 children. Inside the roof tent we have power connected. We've got a light here, we've got USB here, and I've also got mains electricity running from the portable battery. So electric blankets, heaters, laptops, whatever it is, you're quite self-sufficient up here. On the north and the south, you've got extra windows that you can open and close. Also with the main entrance, all by zips, open and close them. They have midgie nets to keep out the insects. And as I mentioned before, the insulation qualities of the canvas that comes out of South Africa is really second to none. It's really a well-made and thought out roof tent. Highly recommend it. For closing the roof tent, remember it's important to return the bedding in the same position you found it in. So we want to fold over the futon, making it into 2 halves, making sure the bedding is as flat as possible and putting the pillows in towards the rear. Turn off the power and then we'll go outside the tent to close. Closing the roof tent, basically the same process in reverse. We want to take out the tent poles, 1 and 2. And then we want to return these to the green bag in the trunk. Next, we want to remove the ladder. So we come down, take off the safety latch and put it somewhere on the ladder safely. Starting from the bottom, we will bring in the ladder, lifting it up, bringing the latch forward, and the ladder should simply pop off. From this position, we have our leverage pole, which we can simply push up, 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 and over, like such. Remember, I'm tall. If you're a shorter person, use the stool. From here, we want to go back to our big ladder. Getting our ladder, finding somewhere on the base, sturdy to put the ladder, and we can simply go up, tucking everything in. Next, we want to connect the bungee cords, 1 and 2. Connect them like such. And then we should be able to slowly pull down. In this position, I like to grab the canvas and really pull it in from the left side and really pull it in from the right side. So it's not going to pinch as we close the roof tent. From here, pulling a little bit further, and then the ladder will become in the way. Take away your ladder, putting it to the side, and using the stool, we want to check if all the canvas and the tent is inside, and we can pull down. Doing the same on the front, making sure everything's inside. Bring our stool over, and we want to pull down. If you're having difficulties closing the tent in this position, it could be because the canvas is sticking out the sides, either the rear or the front, we want to make sure all the canvas is inside. And if you're really struggling, you might need to take the pillows out from inside the roof tent and put them inside the car. Now, to secure the roof tent before driving, we want to pull it down and we want to put the latch on. One latch on, and then the second one there. Checking everything's inside the roof tent. Everything inside the roof tent. From here, we can close it. Click it into position and click it into position. From here, the roof tent has been safely secured and you're good to drive. Next, we're going to open the awning. It's a 270-degree batwing style awning. To start, there's two zips and they need to be opened 100%. Opening that one 100% and then follow this one around. Don't stop here, don't stop here, don't stop here. 100% open. From here, you can open the awning bag. And you'll see that there's two Velcro straps, 1 and 2. We'll take them down and the awning will fall down. And starting at the rear, we'll have a latch. We want to extend this rope that connects the latch to almost to the end. And then we'll hold this and we'll walk around to the front of the car. All the way around, all the way around, all the way around. And connect it onto the rear. Next is we come back and we get our second latch and pull this one out around the rear of the vehicle. All the way around, all the way around, and secure it to the eyelet, pulling it nice and tight. That's it, the awning's been set up. Now, it's important to note, you can't walk on top of the awning, you can't stand on the awning, you can't hang from here, and of course, please refrain from lighting a big fire under the awning. The awning is secure, it can stay open while you're camping, it's not going to fly away. You can connect some of the camping lights to some of the bars and make a really nice space. When the awning's been opened, you'll find the outside camping light and you're able to move its direction here. Now, remember, to turn it on is in the main control panel here, and it's simply called rear roof. And now this light will be on and it lights up the whole area. Important point is, when you close the awning, this needs to be facing downwards or it's very difficult to close the awning. Now, for closing the awning, it's basically the same process as opening, but simply in reverse. So we'll start from the rear first. Loosening the latch. Following it around. And then a little secret tip in this position is to push over the canvas as you push this one in, like such. Then we'll go to the front, taking our hook off, pulling it around. I like to adjust these so they're even in length, nice and even, and bring this one around. It's important here to bring this back up to a level position like such. And then this should be able to simply push back in. Now, sometimes the Velcro straps go missing. You need to find them and pull one there and find the second one there. Remember, if you're shorter than me, use the stool. Don't climb on the car. From here, we'll grab our two connecting ropes and simply we want to wrap it up as tight as possible. Nice and tight, nice and tight. Using our Velcro, using the Velcro straps, 1 and 2. From here, you should be able to close the awning bag. Take one zip, follow it around, follow it around, follow it around, follow it around, and again, close it 100%. Thanks very much for watching this introduction video of how to set up and pack down our 110 Pangea Defender. Perfect for young families and small groups. We ask that you take good care of our campers. Please avoid climbing on them, avoid scratches. We want people to enjoy these for many years to come, and we look forward to seeing you soon.